Hey everybody, how you doing? In my first of this series on Sydney Sweeney, I really attacked the idea that her jeans commercial had anything to do with some sort of preference for somebody white or statement that, well, because she's white, she's better or anything like that. And pointed out that Sydney Sweeney has been seen with black men many times. And that to assume that she was the way these right wing people want to paint her was completely incorrect. And the more digging I did regarding the star of Euphoria, I recalled that she was friends with a gentleman I had the pleasure of getting to know for a brief moment in time, an Oaklander named Angus Cloud. And how did I meet Angus? I met Angus on the 29th of January of 2017 at the Pete's Coffee on Lakeshore in Oakland. I was getting the super shuttle headed to SFO to come out to Georgia, and this gentleman was behind me. I ran the video. And so, in fact, I'm happy to show you the video again just to remind you and really give you a feel for what I was thinking that led me to what I'm about to present to you, okay? And, here's Angus, all right? And then let me change the video setting so that, yeah, audio's on echo cancellation, right? And then play the video. Listen to this, okay? You gotta listen to this, all right? Here's Angus, right here.
Person, but I have to give a shout out because hey, this man, cool guy, cool.
You too.
Yeah. Super shuttle people definitely rock. So we're getting coffee here in the morning, right over there. Okay, and hold that thought. I'll get you. Anyway, it's great to be out and see Oakland alive, and this man behind me has a message he wants to send. Go for it. Hey, boss, go for it.
So we out here, you feel me? Oakland, USA. You know what it is.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Angus.
Angus.
Yes.
What do you think about the administration and everything that's going on?
The administration. Well, my thoughts are, fuck Donald Trump. Point blank. Period. Hands down.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
He should not be the president. It's not right. It just shows the stupidity of the country, in my opinion. I don't know.
No, that's hey. Opinions valuable. We have to maintain democracy, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, so how could a guy like that have that opinion, so powerful and strong, and yet be such great friends with Sydney Sweeney if she's really a hardcore registered Republican? Okay? I mean, it just begs the question, right? This is where I got suspicious, folks. And so I went online, and then I saw references to articles, like, for example, this one where it says, how did they put it regarding Sweeney, Sydney Sweeney being Republican and all this, and that she was, they were saying that registration, public records, they refer to public records, all right? Registered Republican, public records, okay? And so then they go to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump makes a statement. Oh, basically he's a fan of hers now that he's discovered that she's a registered Republican, okay? And I'm thinking, this is starting to really look, like a fix, a PR fix, maybe with some sort of Roger Stone. It's got Roger Stone's hands on it, right? Look at these website headlines. Trump says he loves Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad after hearing she's Republican. Okay? Trump hails Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle ads after reports actress is a Republican. Clip of Sydney Sweeney's expert shooting range run goes viral after Republican. Okay, yeah, right. Trump's Sydney Sweeney ad comments align with familiar line of GOP attack. Trump enters the Sydney Sweeney discourse, okay? Folks, I'm sorry. None of this is how I look at it, this is how I roll. None of this is happening by accident, all right? And the reason why I state this so vociferously is because I have some experience in this kind of made up news situation in terms of detecting when it's made up and when it's not. All right. I don't make up news, but I can detect it. We call it a BSometer, but mine is a lot more sophisticated. Whatever. Okay. I did go in because what got me about all those articles that I just pointed out to you, these, all right, is when you clicked on them, they didn't say, all right, they're all about Donald Trump, but none of them that I clicked on, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here, actually said, all right, that, or showed rather, her registration. It just says says he loves Sydney Sweeney, all right? And it says the president about new reports that Sweeney is registered as a Republican in Florida. And Trump says she's registered Republican? Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? You'd be surprised how many people are Republican. That one I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Otherwise, he would have thought it was like, whatever, okay? All right? So, folks, I did some checking. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did some checking. And let me show you what I discovered. I'm just delighted to show you this because you should see it. All right. And it's one of these things that you need to, you don't want to get fooled. Okay. You don't want to get bamboozled. You don't want, people saying, okay, this purports to be Sydney Sweeney. All right. This is voter information lookup, state of Florida's voter registration website. All right. This is, let me enlarge it for you. Okay. Go view, zoom in, and then we'll zoom in again. Okay. Full name, Sydney Sweeney. Gives the address, Summerlin Key, zip code, county name, voter identification number, date of registration. It says party, Republican Party of Florida, vote active. Now there's a little bitty line here I want you to pay attention to. Right down here. And it goes like this. It reads, okay? It reads basically that in this, it's not this version, but if I go up here a bit and I go back to actual size there, okay? And I can actually, if I want to, hide my address. That's right. I can hide my address. The state of Florida says, watch this. The state of Florida says, I'll show you. Okay. Florida, hide voter address. Or can I? Can I hide voter address registration in Florida? Okay, there. All right, can I hide it? And the answer is, in Florida, while voter registration information is generally considered a public record, you may be able to hide your voter address in specific circumstances by seeking protected address status. Here's a breakdown. General rule: most voter registration information, including your address, is publicly accessible in Florida, but there are exemptions. Florida Statute 119 0714D permits certain individuals and professions, and sometimes their spouses and children, to request protected address status to keep their residence address and telephone numbers confidential. This applies only to records in the Florida registration system. Who can qualify? A wide range of individuals may qualify for a protected address. And they give you a detailed list of who qualifies as well. They have something called the Address Confidentiality Program. The victims of domestic violence or stalking can utilize the Attorney General's Address Confidentiality Program to keep their address confidential. ACP participants over 18 who are eligible to vote can register as protected records voters. And there's more information. You can question, okay? Here's my question, all right? Knowing that, why would Sydney Sweeney go out and expose her address via voter registration forms? Why would she do that? All right. Now, can I find her address and find her home? Yes, it's listed there. All right. But does it mean that she wants it out there separate from what some real estate person puts out there? Does she know this is out there? Did she really do that? Okay. What I'm getting at is no one has asked her if she is a registered Republican. So I'm calling fake news on it until she comes out herself and says either yes, she's registered or not. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it because there's been too much of an effort to make her look like a right-wing woman. Too much, all right? And they have, well, the next stop is we'll go to Donald Trump and and we'll gin him up the base and all that. And we'll take the view off the Epstein files. Okay? No, no, no. All right? So the bottom line is this. Ask Sydney Sweeney. All right? Ask Sydney Sweeney. It's all you got to do. Ask Sydney Sweeney. Okay? Ask Sydney Sweeney. Simple thing to do. Just ask her. Are you Republican or not? She'll tell you. Okay? Don't believe what people write on websites today. Voter registrations can be faked in Florida. Voter registration records can be faked. All right? Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube and bookmark zenreport.com. See ya.